Abu 7, and a heads up here for what could be an October surprise. And the timeline here is looking to be right around election time when they roll out this first batch of vaccines. This is something that we've talked about in great detail down every avenue, and we've talked about Trump and his administration granting the funding to places like Novavax and others, and then launching Operation Warp Speed, which is an operation he says is designed to use the military to be able to get vaccines across the country and into position as quickly as possible. In an interview he just did with Geraldo, he states that this could be rolled out very soon, much sooner than the end of the year, and right around election time. He doesn't say right at that day, but it seems that they have this planned. It almost seems like this is planned for all the sheep out there to accept this as a positive toward Trump right before election time, that they rolled out this vaccine to save the day when others know better. And when you look at this, it says that the lead guy in Operation Warp Speed is a guy from GlaxoSmithKline. He ran the company's vaccine division during the disastrous swine flu vaccine rollout, which left numerous British children with permanent brain damage. So there's one to cite right there if you're concerned and you need some facts to lay out there that these do damage. Right there, right out the gate. And it's the guys that are connected with rolling this out. So they warn about this. Many people do. Even some of the top vaccine people saying that you've skipped animal testing. It usually takes a decade to do this, not a year or so, and you've gone straight into human trials. Red flags everywhere, but yet this is what's coming at everyone now. Super warp speed. Look, if you...
Hey, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due. See how Shiri, how Shah, by Shema Kakodash. Don't want to speak to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone and ReUp. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. What you just watched was a clip by this guy, this whistleblower by the name of Dabu 7. I like Dabu's videos for the simple fact because you know, he breaks out certain interesting points about things that's going on in the world. He covers a lot of political things and things that a lot of people are really afraid to go into, you know, because he basically brings out the information along the lines of the prophets of what we bring out. But the only thing with Dabu is the fact that he doesn't filter these things through the scriptures because he doesn't understand the scriptures. And whether he may be a Edomite or a Jake, I mean, I don't really know. That's up to discussion. But the important part of this is the fact that he brings out some very, very informative things, man. And he shed light on a lot of situations, and it helps us a lot in our ministry because we can filter it through the scriptures. Like we brought it out at the camp yesterday that the Most High have these Edomites coming against one another to expose one another for prophecy's sake and to bring that information out so the prophets could, you know, break it down and prophesy about it. Because for the simple fact, these rich Edomites, they have access to this inside information, you know, the articles and stuff like that, the news channels of RT, all that stuff is funded by Edomites, you know. So Jake don't have access to that particular stuff or inside information, you know. Esau brings this stuff out and we filter it through the scriptures, but the scriptures say that their own tongue condemneth thee, you know. So, you know, that's a beautiful thing. But basically Dabu was going into this vaccination, you know, which is what they call Operation Warp Speed. And they're talking about having this thing out and as quickly as October, which is less than 16 weeks away, okay? We are in almost the second week of August, really pretty much the second week of August. So you got roughly 6 to 8 weeks before they decide to do something. Now, if they're gonna do it, then who knows, you know? But I do recall Donald Trump stating that they was gonna use the military for Operation Warp Speed. And if you have any type of operations or any type of clauses that they want to enforce on the people, you better believe that they're going to do it militarily, okay? It's going to be done militarily, because that's the only way you can stave off a so-called resistance, because Esau, Edom don't want you to resist the New World Order, okay? And this is really the Most High expediting prophecy, bringing prophecy to pass, because Yahweh Shai said in the book of Revelation, the 22nd chapter, he said, behold, I come quickly, okay? So these prophecies are going to speed up. One prophecy is going to lead to another prophecy, that prophecy to another prophecy, into, the prophecy of the Lord's return, which we're patiently waiting for, okay? Because that's what it's all about at the end of the day, because what the scriptures say, and your patience possess ye your souls. So it's all about patience, brothers, man. And the sign that the Lord showed us last night, that proves that we don't have to worry about no vaccination or no RFID chip if we remain faithful to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. If we remain faithful to him, because for the simple fact, our reinforcements popped up yesterday, man. They showed us, Scripture said be more with us than them. So when they come doing this militarily, hey, welcome it, because hey, that's when Isaiah 59:17 will surely come to pass, when it says that, behold, when an enemy come in as a flood, then Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai shall raise up a standard against him. And that word standard goes into a means of escape or flight, or being anointed with supernatural or spiritual powers, okay, which we believe that majority of us are going to receive on this side, okay, because the technology is far, far superior today than it was 2,000 years ago, when we all were martyrs and we all were killed for the name of Yahweh Shai. But this time, it's going to be less martyrs and more men that make it on this go round, which even if you are a martyr, you're still going to make it. But you ain't going to be killing off the prophets like you did, So Operation Warp Speed, this is a beautiful thing, because now they're justifying these COVID numbers. They're talking about people are getting sick by the day. You have certain hot zones out there in California. You can't go from Connecticut to not California, freaking New York to Bridgeview, Connecticut, or Stanford. You can't even travel for real, because they're locking down the different boroughs of New York City. And they heard that they had a blackout out there the other day. So they're locking these things down. And in certain places, like states like Chicago or cities, if you're coming from a hot zone, they recommend you quarantine 14 days, which is a bunch of BS, okay? It's stupidity, man. All right? Because at the end of the day, we know that coronavirus it's a made-up pandemic. We know that it's manufactured in a laboratory, okay, because it has a patent number on it. And the fact that COVID-19 was supposed to be released last year. And I noticed a lot of people were getting sick from unknown symptoms that was undiagnosable. People didn't know what they had, whether it was the flu or pneumonia. It was all different symptoms, and people didn't understand what they had. Okay, and people was getting sick with this last year, but we believe they put a little strand of it in some things, and hey, people caught it, but it's not like they say. They're making up numbers. They're lying about the cases that they have, okay, to be justified on Operation Warp Speed, because what they need to do is scare you people into believing that it's really something out here. When reality of it is nothing in the air but chemtrails and other chemicals and things that we've been breathing for the last 30, 40, 50 years. All right, COVID is not in the air, all right, because that's the case, people be dying in the streets, man, if it was as bad as they said. But nonetheless, they are using this, and they're gonna ride the hell out this Trojan horse, man. Like we was prophesying last year about something called a black swan event, and a black swan event deals with prophecy on a scale that can be unfathomable. Things that's unlikely to happen, like a flood, right, that happened during the time of Noah. Things like that happening, which is unlikely in this time that people will say, but things like that will happen on a huge scale. Like right now, we got all these chariots popping up. Like I said, the chariots popped up on us yesterday, man, pulled right up on us. Beautiful times, man. What else? You got chariots that's striking buildings. You got bombs that's going off, all right? Those are considered black swan events. Like the Black Plague or the bubonic plague, that's a black swan event. These prophecies, these are considered black swan events, with COVID-19 being no different. And people are eating it up because, hey, they believe in the government, They believe that this man's society have their best interest. And for you Jakes, this is really a detriment for you. You know, this is really your demise and your downfall. And this is something that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, they may use to take out 2/3 of our people, man, because you live wickedly. Okay, while this is not intended to be a long lesson, I want to give one precept through the Spirit. I needed to do a lesson, man. Like I said, I've been around brothers all week for the most part, so my natural schedule routine about putting out shows has been kind of thrown off, but you know, it's all through the Spirit. As long as we doing the work and being diligent, and brothers and sisters, because you do have sisters out there that are listening and watching the videos and supporting the ministry. Shalom to you too, you know. But we must continue to edify the elect and keep doing what we're doing, and we can't get weak. Now we got to get stronger than ever, man, because you know, we all said it, brothers, including myself, stated that this may be one of the last gatherings that brothers have on this large scale in this time, meaning in this society. This may be the last time we're able to have an event like this, you know, on this side, because the kingdom is near. Okay, so this is the book of Revelation, in 12:12. It says here, "Rejoice therefore, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. But woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down on you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time." So, hey, Operation Warp Speed went from, oh, we got to have a vaccination by next year, or 18 months, to the beginning of next year, to the end of this year. All of a sudden, they're talking about freaking October now, which I believe October is the start of the flu season, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so hey, it's gonna be a Black Christmas for real. They're talking about certain stores are not gonna participate in Black Friday because they're just gonna up the COVID numbers even more. You know, Christmas is not gonna be the same. A lot of you people are gonna be homeless by Christmas season. A lot of you gonna lose the jobs, and with these numbers being out there, hey man, these businesses are gonna shut down. So basically, this vaccination is basically the Cape Crusader. You know, they come to save the day. Which, when you take that vaccination, I'll reassure you people that you will get sick, and a lot of you Israelites will die from that. You will actually have the COVID once you take the vaccination, because you got to understand that the Israelite physiology and the genetic makeup of the Hebrew Israelite man, woman, and child, mainly the men, is anti-vaccination. It's anti-vaccine, because those vaccines target our immune systems and our cells a certain way to destroy us, man. Those vaccinations are built specifically to thwart the Israelite man's DNA, you know. So that's why we don't push the whole vaccination thing. It's wicked to get vaccinations, man. That's not according to the scriptures, you know. So, hey, man, you take that vaccination, 9 times out of 10, you will take the RFID chip willingly, because it's just going to be another event, you know. Vaccination just the butter on the roll, so to speak. But the chip, they're going to come with something else even heavy. They may manufacture a bubonic plague and people actually are dying. And they may say, well, look, man, this is what we need, the chip. But I believe through the Spirit that the vaccination is going to be the cover-up for the pandemic, and the economic collapse is going to be the justification on bringing in the chip. So it's all going to go hand in hand. So they're going to sell you people a wet dream. Oh, we're vaccinated, we can open up the economy, and bam, the dollar going to freaking collapse. Before you know it, they're going to be rolling out that chip. Because they got to come up with another crisis that's even worse than coronavirus in order for the chip to work, meaning that they're going to have to topple the world's economies, man. They're going to have to shoot missiles. They're going to have to donate pocket nukes in cities and so forth, like they had some out there in Lebanon like 3 days ago when a building exploded, which it was hit with a bomb. Okay, they're going to do things as such, and it's going to be no different when they bring in the usher and the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast that the Bible talks about. They're going to make things so bad for you people on the inconvenient lines of COVID, like they're doing now, to the point that you people are going to beg for the New World Order, man. This devil is very crafty, man. He's very subtle with it, okay? And he's not smart. He's not prolific. He just have a formula, like the brothers say. Esau has a formula he's been using, and it's working, because the people, they're stupid, you know? But anyway, brothers, with that, that's all I really wanted to say. I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shemel Shai Bashim Kakodash. Double honor to the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. And with that, hey, shalom, and you brothers, one more insight. Read the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, about this man's spirit not being upright. Also, Revelation 6 breaks down how this man is deaf, okay? He's that Trojan, he's that pale horse that brings in usher in death. That had the power to kill, what is it, over the fourth part, roughly paraphrasing it. Matter of fact, let me just get that real quick. I ain't gonna quote it. I'm just get it. You know, I'm already in Revelation, why not? All right, so this is the book of Revelation 6. And I'm gonna start at verses 8. It says, and I looked and beheld a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. Okay? So, right there, man, this man is death. All right? And if you are coexisting, or if you're want to be coexisting or pro-existing with this man, then hey, you are going to be a partaker of his judgment. And with that, shalom and above.